Right. Right, that's streaming better. Share. Copy link. Bloody hell. Right. Hi again, Dustin, too. Talk about noob issues. Problem after problem. Oh. The only problem is, Scopely don't bloody accept. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. Let's try again. Yeah, exactly. Well, it is just frustrating when you think you've got everything working, and it seems to go all right for so long, and then suddenly one thing goes wrong, and the whole, it's like a domino effect. It's really frustrating. So obviously, just push the links out again. So, yay, we're finally actually working. Hey, Chris, welcome in. Long time no see. So, right. Now then, let me think I'm going to do this. I should possibly... actually, got... Right, there. Come on, you. Over here. Right. And if I do that, that at least I can see chat at the same time. So are you still playing, Chris? Because I haven't seen you in quite a while. So, but right. So going back to I don't know why I just I will get right. Get rid of that. There we go. Yeah, you're still here. That's all right then. I'll say I haven't seen you flying around for quite a while. But anyway, so before the buffering start, well, after the buffering started, should we say, there was, I can imagine, mate. I can imagine. There was a video which wasn't playing exactly the best on the stream anyway. It was, yeah, it sounded like it had some static going on in the background. But there was a video about going into G6, and then there was some the slideshows that we've become accustomed to, with Scopely being out telling us how something works via these slideshows. So what I will do is for the video 46 is I will attempt to try and find that video and add that video in there. So I need to get that sorted out as soon as possible. But I've just been looking into the refinery. So obviously, before I realised it was buffering, I ended up collecting a load of these. Oh, thank you for the super chat, there, Chris. I do. That's so brilliant. Thank you. 199. All hail the peg. Yeah. You can always guarantee that something's going to happen and something's going to go wrong on one of my streams at some point. But it just feels like at the minute, as much as I really want to do OBS, so I can put things like screenshots up and all that. Yeah, it's easier just to stream off my mobile because at least I know it's going to work. But I suppose the next thing I could try is try doing Twitch off that, because that was working relatively fine when I tested it the other day. As much as I did test Twitch, because of the fact they actually put adverts in, and you can knock the adverts right down, but it still, the adverts still come up. Yeah. But anyway, going back to G6 then. So obviously you've got all your materials and everything, and then obviously you've got your converter as well. So at the minute, obviously I've only got access to commons. The only way I've been able to source the raw materials at current at the minute is in, sounds a lot better. Oh, that's all right then. So welcome back, Marcus. Yes, because it's on the phone. It's on the phone. It's not, I mean, this thing is pretty good. It's pretty good. But I'm not sure. Maybe it's the sound of the room. I don't know. Because obviously, last time I used this properly was back at my old place. So, which G6 is the best base G6? Dustin, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific on what you're trying to ask there, because the base G6, yeah, I've got I'm not quite sure what you mean. If you're on about the starbase, the station itself, or you're on about ships. To be honest with you, I really do not know. Now, what I will say is, it was a lot of eco before. Oh, a lot of echo before. Yeah, so that's what I was wondering. But on the G6 ships, what I am going to say is really think about what you want to do with G6. Do you want to go after the G6 Uncommon? In which case, you don't have to worry too much about your Epic, because then you're going to be switching over to that and dumping resource and materials into that. But the one thing is, the G5 Epic is actually going to serve you quite far through G6. I've heard of players up in the high G6 areas, 68, 67, 68, still using their G5 Epic as a second or third ship. But the Uncommons themselves, yes, you can go get a G6 Uncommon, and it will be pretty good if you max it out. But I've heard players complaining that it's not very good below tier 6 or 7. I've heard someone say tier 9. I mean, that seems a bit high, really. But if that's the way they see it, then that's the way they see it. But a G5 Epic will carry you quite far through. And if you were talking about wanting to go round G6 space, well, you've got your NX01 for that. And I believe that was still in, at least in the first part of the stream, where I showed you it can cover 95% of the G6 space if you put a warp range crew on it. So you can still get to locations to do some mining, to do some fighting, and things like that. Yeah, it is the size of a battleship, and that's the way. If we're going to talk about the Galaxy class in canon, yes, it was a deep space explorer, but it was also designed to be able to defend itself. Now, let's not mince words. They weren't exactly the strongest when they were first commissioned, but by hell, when the Dominion War came round, they could pack a punch. And I mean a serious punch. So, really, and it's a shame, really, that Secret Hideout decided to redesign the Galaxy class into the Ross class instead of keeping the original Galaxy class, because she had a lot of potential for upgrades. She could have easily served the Federation for 2 centuries at least. But Secret Hideout wanted to change direction. Alex Kurtzman wanted to change direction in Star Trek. But like I said, I did want to have a quick chat about that a little bit later on. as well. But let's get through the G6 then. So all the beginning bits. So that was the materials. Here's the parts. Again, going into parts. Now, what I did notice, which you guys wouldn't have seen, is the fact that this has also this. It has the hazard part of it. Getting some of these hazard particles by completing the hazard daily goals or in the store for you to be able to gain extra ship parts, which is basically giving you an extra source of ship parts, really. I mean, I do have some ship parts available to be used if they actually come up out. Come on. So no, we haven't got any explorer parts. Obviously, I'm not going to pass. I've not claimed anything of them. Yeah, Type 10 phasers could easily be. Yeah, they could be upgraded to Type 12 without a shadow of a doubt. And changing the Enterprise, the Galaxy class warp core for one that's installed in a Sovereign class starship is very doable as well. Yes, you've got to change the plasma transfer conduits from the core to the nacelles to be able to handle the higher rate of plasma, but and you'll have to overhaul the EPS grid. But yeah, it absolutely could handle Type 12 phasers, have its shields changed from the standard into the multispectral frequency shields for the late era of the 24th century. But yes, she had room to be upgraded left, right, and center. So oh yeah, I do have some explorer parts, but I've only got 15,000, so it's not enough to actually change over. Now, I did have a look at this as well and noticed there is some stark differences in here, and also some rather interesting parts. So as you can see here, we've got raw Sigma into refined Sigma. So this will be from your generators. So if we can just get that to come up. So there you go. Obviously, mining it as well will give you that as well. So yeah, it's bringing back the mining of power steel and everything. Woohoo! Just what you need. But as well, it's an RNG based refinery. Yeah, great. So, but there is only one level. Then obviously you've got these, which I've already pulled these. These are literally converting your standard material, standard resources that you have pre G6, and being able to transfer them into G6 resources. And then if you really, really wanted to as well, you could actually transfer them back into into the standard resources as well. So yeah, being able to switch backwards and forwards on this one was actually quite nice. Now there's a couple of areas that I want to have a look at. So here we go. G6 interchangeable parts has now appeared in the eviscerator. So as you can see, tier 9 eviscerator. It's giving me G6 parts available and pure G5 to finish off any of the ships. Hey Pygmy, welcome in, buddy. Yep, long time no see. Still going around when the technology actually works. Yeah. So as you can see, the cost is still the same for 2 chests, but now I've got rid of G4. G4 is going to be one of those ones that I'm going to really struggle with due to the fact that obviously I am a G6 player now. So this chest has also seen a bit of a change because it looks like it's got some Sigma resources, and it's showing hazard particle hazard thing there. So I'm guessing that's a hazard particle. But anyway, but as per usual, once you've upgraded something, you need to reset all your. Yes, I'm 61 now, mate. I've literally just done it in part 1. Literally the end of part 1, before it buffered, I went G6. After 1 year at G5, I'm now G6. So that shows of how fast you can progress in this game today. So let's get these set back up to where they were then. Whoa. Right, okay. Right, out of that one. That's the one I want. There we go. So now we can claim them 3. The Blokeman method? What's the Blokeman method? I've not heard of that one. Woohoo! Some Sigma resources! Yee! I've not heard of that one. Right. Now I've still got loads of research to do. In fact, that segues perfectly into the next bit, which is the resources. So there's not much else to go through in the refinery. So let's have a look at some of the new research we've got. So we've got the combat tree, and then we need to scroll all the way across. Not there. That's G5. G5, 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 G5. G5, because they're all unlocked. Here we go. So these are the G6 ones then. So as you can see here, R&D 61 before I can do anything, but that's hazard resistance as well. So yeah, and then Orion sector what current. So that's the super highways as well. I'm not quite sure how you pay for them, but that'll be interesting to see as well. So adapting skin. What's this one then? Increases the Selkie base hazard resistance. Okay, nice. So okay, so it looks like there's a fair bit of interesting research in there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the highways. It might take the same materials to actually do it. I've got plenty of them, so I should be able to do them if it costs that way without an issue. But so okay, so basically then I can't move any further forward on this one. Now if I remember correctly, it did say upgrade ops to unlock, and all I've got is this prime construction speed. That's it. But yet no other research in here, which is really weird. So what? Anything in the galaxy tree? Nope, there's no extras to the galaxy tree. So looks like the only research that there is in the combat tree, which I find very hard to believe, realistically. What we got on territory? Nope, nothing else on territory. Okay. So, very interesting. But one place I know for a fact I'm going to have some research to do, and that is here. So, let's see how far across this lot I'm going to get. As much as nothing in here is really going to help me towards, G6 side of things, with the exception of at the far end. Yeah. But luckily, these are all nice and easy to actually complete. So what have I just activated there? Let's get rid of that. And there we go. So that's the first one maxed out. So here comes the next one. I'm actually a little bit dubious I'm actually going to have enough material to go all the way across. Yeah. Right, shield health. Might as well get this shield health while I'm here. Oh, Do I really want to click this yet? Do I really want to click it yet? Yeah. Now, before we go any further, let's have a look at the mirror refinery now, because that would have changed. I would presume it would change anyway. So, Mirror Expeditions free chest. What's this? Alright, okay, so it's just giving me more vouchers. Wow, okay. Yeah, there we go. Level 9 then. So now my cost is, for the 2 chests, 1.5 million. I've got to go mining. I think I'll do a crap load of that tomorrow. I've got some babysitting duties to do. Well, I can go mining while I'm doing that, because that's nice and easy. And then 2 million for this one as well. Okay, fair dues. Not bad cost amounts, really. Let's have a look. Why is it saying... No, still got... Okay. Interesting. So, they've actually jumped up. God, I've gone really dry. So, let's jump back into the mirror tree then. But, obviously, I can still go up higher, yep. So, let's have a look at it. I'm not going to keep jumping back to the mirror refinery, because that will get monotonous. Oh, there we go. Right, so we've jumped up to max. So let's go have a look how bad that is going to be, and what the payouts are going to be in those 2 particular chests. Come on, don't do the lagging, please. So, well, it's not too bad, actually. It's jumped from 1.5 million for 2 chests up to 2.2 million. That's not particularly too bad. Yes, it means I'm going to have to do a lot more mining, but that's absolutely fine. I don't mind adding that into my day. I really don't. And then 2.3 million in here, so it's only jumped up by 0.3 million. Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. So that's pretty good, really. So what else we got then? Yeah, mum, thank you. Right, so we've got module resource. Right. Now, actually, module resources. Let's actually look at this one, because this one will be a good one to look at right now. Because if we click on the on here, this is the cost of just doing the recruitment hall. Yes. I mean, it's nice it only takes 3 days to do, so it's like I'd be quite happy just to put these in and just leave them to upgrade in their own time. So it's like get everything up to 60, and then I can just upgrade everything bit by bit. What, the Dry Dock G? I actually bought that myself. Oh, bloody hell. A couple of years ago now. Hang on. Was it a couple of years? Yeah, nearly a couple of years ago. No, I can't build the Selkies yet because I don't have Shipyard 61. And this is part of the problem. I don't have the stuff to do it. So, but I do have 2 Selkies. I've got all the blueprints for them lined up and ready to go. Oh, yes, I've got the blueprints. I've got the blueprints. I don't know why I've gone through there. Let's go in here. So, but I can't build them just yet, which is a shame, really. Survey. Here we go. Scroll across. And here you go. And I got an extra 5 blueprints out of the operations center for upgrading to 61. But as you can see, I need shipyard 61 to do that. But the problem is, going through that, as you can see, I need refinery 60, I need R&D 61. The refinery is easy enough to do, but this is where the problem comes in. Because not only do I need the academy for this, I also need Titanium Vault 61. Well, here's the vault, currently sat at 59. So, I think Scopely will need to address the G6 nodes not being... Yes. I think... right. I can't say for sure, certain that they will look at that. However, let's face facts here. Let's look at history. We complained there wasn't enough G3 nodes. They added more. A lot more. We complained there wasn't enough G4 nodes. They added more. We complained they G5. There wasn't enough. They added more. So, yes, I should think they will add some G6 the more players get into there. But don't forget as well, this is a PvP game. They want conflict. They want you fighting each other. Because why are you fighting each other? What you're going to be doing? Well, you're going to be spending money. Yes, that's what they want. But no, they are... In a sense, they through history, they have actually increased the number of nodes available. So I should think that they will do the exact same again as well. They did it for G5, so I'm assuming, yeah, they will. They did it for all the grades. They did it for all the grades. So big spenders have been complaining for a while, and they still haven't done it. That's because there isn't enough. There isn't enough players in G6. I can tell you now, most of the streamers on Twitch are not in G6 yet. CDB U2U, who's streaming right now, at least I think he's still streaming. He's not G6 player yet. I'm not quite sure where Major Samo is, but some of them that I know of, they're not G6 yet. Most of their communities are not G6 yet. So, then again, 85% of the players are mostly or PV. Yeah, that is one thing with the game. We are mostly a PvE community. There are the PvP players who love to shoot players, who love to have a fight with each other. Some of them actually fight with each other to test their strength and ability, and like proper honourable fighting. Come on, I want to test myself against you. Come on then, bring it on, big boy. And they do. And then you get the ones who just like pick on weaker players because it's so much easier. And as soon as a big player shows up, they run in a mile. If you want to act like a big boy, you'd play with the big boys. It's like if I went after a high level player, then I should expect to get my ass kicked by a big player. If I go after a little player and a big player comes in, do I really want to run from that big player? Yes, I should. But again, we both know some like that don't. Oh yeah, we all know. Everyone knows some players on their servers who like to PvP. And who will run away at the first sign of a big player coming in. Oh yeah, I don't mind punching that lower level player with my big ass ship. But as soon as you come in with a bigger ship, nah, I'm running a mile. So, but there are players who are like that. So it would be good if they revamped the G3 territories to add G6 systems. Yeah, that would actually take a major overhaul of territories. It would take a major overhaul, and I don't think that's on the books at the minute. So Now, for some of you who don't know as well, if you haven't seen my post in my Discord, Scopely have started the process of asking people to apply for the content creators program. I applied straight away. I put my response saying that I just have to wait for them to get back to me. So there is a slim, and I'm going to say slim, chance that I can get the one thing I've been after since I started streaming, which is that elusive NDA, the non-disclosure, which basically means I get to find stuff out and actually get to do videos and tell you guys about it. If I'm accepted. Hell, they've just turned around and kicked out No One Shall and Rev Juice. Rev Juice, their biggest content creator on both Twitch and YouTube, and they got rid of him. So, but he's not salty about it. So that's good. But it is a shame that they got rid of him because he's got the biggest community. He's bringing the most amount of money into the game. Because the bigger your community is, the more chance that they're the ones who are spending, because they also want to interact with you and talk with you, and you know, like, what should I spend my money on? And he's had that question a few times. They did it with Renewal Territory, adding G5. Yeah, they did, but there's only 3 systems in those T3 sectors. And yeah, if you're going to put G6 material nodes in one of those systems, you need to decide which one you're going to get rid of, which most likely be G3, and that's not going to help new players to the game. It's like, I won't be surprised if 134, server 134, ours Pygmy, is still getting some lower level players join it. If we're not, then that's absolutely fine. But the one thing is they can't have server by server sectors. It has to be throughout the game as a whole. So to get rid of G3 nodes in the T3 sectors for us on 134, one of the newer servers is going to then suffer. That's getting the new players in. So it's one of those balancing acts. So if someone shoots me, then at least try to punch out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if at the end of the day, right, if you are going to challenge a bigger player, or if you're prepared to go after a weaker player, be prepared for the big boys to show up and tell you, say, look, right, you think you're big and hard? You're not. But then again, if you run in the right kind of crew and you're a very good PvP player, you could probably take that bigger player on and, as you say, do some damage to the shits, put a scorch mark on their hull, or you could beat them. It is possible in today's game. 3 years ago, you wouldn't have thought it before strike teams came in. Now strike teams are here, and we've got all these different PvP sets. It is very possible to actually be a player several levels above you. So, but again, it comes down to research, artifacts, officers, and abilities, and yeah, there's a whole slew of stuff. So, Rev Juice isn't a shill for Scopely like some of the others are. Yes and no. Correct, Rev was not a shill. He did his little bit of shilling every now and again, but he was not a shill. As for your other bit about like some of the others, DJ's very selective. He will hammer Scopely, but the one thing is he's more diplomatic. He doesn't go gun-ho without a reason. And if he goes gun-ho at Scopely, yeah, they have messed up. If Rev Juice went gun-ho at Scopely, well, yeah, they've definitely messed up. But no, DJ has been known to come down on him. I'm not quite sure how No One Shall interacted with Scopely. I only caught a couple of his streams and didn't interact with him as much, really. But obviously then he's got a job as well, and so that's taken up a lot of his time. But what Scopely have said for their content creator program is they're basically looking for quality of videos. Well, you can't say mine don't explain stuff very well. I mean, if somebody tells me that I've not explained something correctly, I'll admit if I've made a mistake. Then right, okay, like I'll put it down and get a new one up. That's not happen very often, but I am willing to change stuff. But the one thing is, I call a tomato a tomato. I ain't gonna pull punches, and if I do get the end date, I'm not gonna pull punches. So, but again, we'll just have to wait and see. Red Juice is all the better off riding without Scopely. Yes, because the way I see it is Scopely want their ego stroked. Sorry, that is not how you get things done. That is not how you improve stuff for the better for everybody else, by having your ego stroked. Your ego has to be bruised, and then you want to make it so you don't get bruised again. So, but Scopely will learn that eventually, hopefully, one day, maybe not. But anyway, a simple solution. Territory gets ISO and G2 nodes. T2 gets the 2 and 3 ISO nodes and G3 nodes. T3 gets the 4, 5, and 6 nodes. Yeah, you could do that, Big Me. That is a way around it. So I can't disagree with that one. Rev can be a hawk cannon in open fields. A hot cannon in open fields. Yeah. Yeah, he's not afraid to go at them, because at the end of the day, this is what needs to happen. You need to be able to tell the game design team, say, look, right, you've fucked up. It's like with the augment coming out. Great idea and everything, nothing wrong with it, except the sheer amount of grind, and the rewards are so paltry. They are so small. But it's designed to last players, or go spend some money. And the problem is with Scopely designing things, it's got to have that monetary component. If it's not going to make the money, it ain't going to get added. Which is kind of why I fear about this Skydance takeover of Paramount and the plans they have for Star Trek. Or should we say, the lack. And I will go into that. So let's quickly finish off this. We're not going to get the systems in tonight, because obviously I do need to be in bed by midnight. So I will do a video on the systems and everything. So watch out for the G6 one. But yeah, oh no, oh yeah, was doing that one. The USS Reliant would have used trickle latinum. Okay. I've only just got the relativity, and how old is that now? Yeah, I've not long got it, and to be honest, I'm not even focusing on upgrading it. Quite happy with it at tier 1, to be honest. It don't really make much difference for me. But yeah, anyway, so I've got the Selkie here with 305 blueprints, so that's enough to do 2. I ideally want a third one, so I can at least put them all on different nodes. So, but anyway, let's actually jump out to G6 space. Did you do daily? Yours is tier 7, Chris. Nice. Are the rewards pretty good up there? Because if they are pretty good, then I might put some focus into it. But so I've been focusing on the faction store for a while. Actually, why have I got into back? So universal mine laser. So as you can see, when mining G6 and below, increases mining speed. So that will go up per level. Love the faction rep. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I did a video on the relativity, and I did suggest about the faction rep, about how just building up those encrypted intelligence and then doing a massive blast like in higher levels, just to really catch up your levels, if your faction reputation. So, but anyway, whew, getting indigestion again. So, right, actually, I'll leave that under repair. Let's send the NX-01 out there. Oh, my shields are down. I best be careful. So, this is it. This is the big one. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that particular system. In fact, no, hang on. Let me do this right. Ah, right. There we go. Yeah. Here we go. So these were the systems. Yeah. So that goes into Romnian, and so let's actually just jump into the Federation one. Like I say, I will go around and I'll put these in a video. So what have we got as a winner today? And oh, March of Progress is now giving me some G6 pass. That's nice, the fact I'm getting some rares already. So that's nice. Which actually makes me think, right? What events are my events? I don't think they would have changed. I don't know why I'm checking that, because that's not important. The best one for me to check will be like this one. One Starfleet officer that will not go on any of my ships is Michael Burnham. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't want to put Burnham on there, that's entirely up to you. She doesn't go on any of my ships. So, no, look, at the minute, I'm still looking at standard resources and materials, and I should think that will be pretty much carrying on. Might as well get that activated. I don't think she activated it. A thingy. And oh, I've got them to do. Oh, yeah, got that to do as well. Yeah. So let's get these done up as well. Obviously, these are based on reputation, so they ain't gonna change much. But yeah, since obviously I've gone 61 after events reset, I'm not gonna know what I've actually got. So I'll be doing a video tomorrow night on just basically covering G6. But like I say, we can look at the systems at least. Oh, that's changed. That's changed. I don't think I'll be doing Pinnacle of Power anytime soon on this one. Oh, hazard particles. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Oh, and don't forget to see what silent hostiles you can reach and kill. Yes. Absolutely. I'll be looking into that one as well. So, right. Let's jump out of that. Because there is one other thing I wanted to look at. And that was the 7 and 30-day chests that we have. So if we jump in here. Oh! Hello! I forgot about that because I've upgraded the Enterprise D to tier 12 already. Haha! Yeah, don't worry. Oh, bloody hell, how many data links have I got? I could have sworn the damn thing only had... I need to think how far that's going to go. So, let's have a look in here then. So, ooh! Ooh! Galactic Solo Directives and Common Matters. Ooh! That's interesting. So let's jump into that chest, because then... Here it is. Here it is. So now we get a free chest of them. Right, so here we go. So this is looking at the 7-day chest. Can't claim any of these ones because obviously I've just got the latest one. So got G6 common and uncommon materials. Normal ship parts, Sigma speed ups. That's nice. No G6 parts though, I noticed. So let's have a look in here. 1000 Latinum. Okay. So G6 materials again. G5 epics. Epic materials. That's the pissing stuff I've been wanting. Yeah, okay. So we can claim that. So we're going to claim the first 2 chests of these at least. Well, all that Latinum that I did spend on the Enterprise has come back massively. So I'll tell you what we will do is I think we'll just upgrade the Enterprise and see how far we can go. Right, so NX-01 is in G6 space now, and let's jump over there. And ooh, let's put the battle bridge on. That is nice. Starbase 182. So we've got some of the hostiles out here. We've got another mission system as well. So let's have a look. Oh, it's an Enterprise A. So what rewards are we going to get? Okay, pretty standard. So reputation looks relatively alright. Starfleet officer would be perfect officer in the Star Wars universe. No, they won't. They won't. Even the Jedi would eat them for breakfast. Oh, look at this. Immediately, right. So, can we get... No, it can't reach. I can't even get the Eviscerator out here. So it's like, how do I get ships out here now to actually start mining? Okay, so we've got that one. So how long is it going to take for it to get there? 45 seconds. It's not too bad. I don't think Burnham would survive 5 seconds in that universe. I think the Empire would come and take her head off. Right, so what are we going to have in this system? Ooh, let's have a look. My disco can't jump that far. Hey, Den's dog. Yes, what I was thinking. Oh, good. Hub system with a mission. 2 missions. Starbase 212 and Deep Space 13. So I'm guessing that's part of a mission. So you found me? You found me? I best keep running. Oh, my station. Yeah, it's in my original home system where I started the game. Well, sorry, it's the first system I jumped to back in 2018. I'm 59 with my Enterprise BPs ready to go. Yeah. The one thing is, dog, if you've got the ability, if you actually watch the first part of the stream, I've literally maxed the Enterprise out to Tier 12. Use Grush. No, not a chance. Not a chance. I think that's me. Yeah, that's me best Nova. I think this is where it comes in, where the G5 faction miners would really come in. I'm actually shocked at the minute. I've not actually counted any. Here's the dilithium. And here's our first Armada. So let's have a look at this beauty, shall we? So it's got some abilities on it. At the start of combat, increases isolated damage by 150%. Okay. And increases isolated defense by 50. So that's nice. And then you get some G6 Armada chests. So that will be interesting. So as Pygmy's already mentioned, we should have a look at that one. Researching bits you showed in part 1. Researching the bits you showed. Alright, okay. Yeah. I'll say I would bring it up here, but on a mobile, it's a lot more difficult to actually do. Oh, some 62s. Some 62s. Oh, look at that. Nice. So, that should be interesting. I'm not going to collect any of the missions just at the moment. So, New Bombay. Oh, here we go. Here's our first hazard system. So, here's the first one. Oh, bloody hell. Awkward sitting. Awkward sitting. So I got 2.2 million latinum. I'm trying to think. That should get me fairly high up. So what I'll do is I'll probably send the Enterprise out to do a little bit of fighting. So here we go with our first sets of hazards. Oh! Radiation. A trigger from Falls on. You know, as much as I understand some of the references, I've never actually watched Only Fools and Horses. I've watched clips. I've yet to find, though, a material node. I've found resources, but I've yet to find the materials. Let's have a think. Yeah, no. Oh, it's not a hazard system, this one. And it's got titanium nodes in it, though. Yes, I will be moving my base closer, but it's still not going to help, unfortunately, to be able to jump round to the systems, which... Yeah, that was the home system. Right. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Enterprise back in there. I'm going to jump out there and then see if we can actually move a Nova to one of the other systems. I don't think I can because it's not like the hubs, the system hubs, where you've got like your central system which had the materials in it. You got the 6 systems off it, which you could actually travel to within. Did Star Trek through Star Trek 6? Oh yeah. Yeah, it's nice when they put that little bit of detail in. It's like the PA announcements in the background. I've just looked at the Eviscerator. I haven't got the warp range. It's 542, and even if I put Grush and Cadet Scotty on it, it's still not going to be enough to actually reach these systems. I mean, if we actually come out and look at the first entry point system, it's a warp range of 900. So it is going to have to be a case of looking and see if I can actually get there. Not get there, sorry. Get if I can jump out there and then send a ship between systems, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Because obviously I need to be able to mine these resources and everything. So it could be a case of things might be just that little bit. TOS Scotty will only work on an Explorer as captain. He'll only work on an Explorer as captain. Hence the reason why the Enterprise NX-01 has him on at the minute. Boom. Right. We've entered the system. So let's have a look, shall we? If we can just select a bloody planet. Thank you. Relocate the base. I've got plenty of things. Why did the Starfleet yeoman's whistle almost? It didn't. It still operates, but because they don't do these big. Oh, actually, no. Thinking about it, yeah, you've got a point there because they never did it on the Enterprise D. Yeah, fine, whatever. I'm actually in the system. Tintinus. But yeah, they never did it on the Enterprise D, did they? They never actually had the yeoman's whistle. But they did do it on Deep Space Nine for Sisko's marriage. Did you do it on the D? Yeah, we signed up. Yesterday's Enterprise episode. Oh, you mean the automated announcement to all decks? For I thought you was on about that whistle when the dignitaries come on board. Yeah, because they also use that particular tone in lower decks in TNG when Picard addressed the crew to announce the death of Ensign Sato. Is it Sito? Ensign Sito. I hope they redo DS9 similar to Strange New Worlds and find. Yeah, don't count on that one. Had the Yellow Alert and the TNG episode, season 1 and 2, mostly season 1 in the binary episode. Yeah, the Boatman's horn. Or something like that. It's Boatman's, I know that much. Yeah, they had it in the Bynard's episode. 1001101100111. Yeah, something like that. So right, so now we're in the 61 system. Let's have a look. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, I can't get the ships out. But as for DS9, no, don't expect it. Right. So actually, what we'll do is we'll segue that way into what I've heard. So I'm putting all this under the category of rumors. I do watch a YouTube channel where the host on there actually has contacts in the industry, ranging from Paramount to Secret Dance to Amazon to MGM, in the industry, full on lawyers and various other people. And what he has been told is the buyout of Paramount Pictures by Skydance is currently being held up at the minute by the FCC, who should not really be interfering in the way that they are. There's a sense of some political motivation behind it, stopping the sale from going through. But the sale's pretty much almost there. They just need this sign off from the FCC. However, Skydance has requested the contract between Secret Hideout and Paramount to find out when they can terminate that at the earliest opportunity without legal issues, and how Skydance can proceed beyond that in terms of Star Trek with after Secret Hideout have lost the contract. Now, Secret Hideout pretty much have lost the contract. All they've got left is what they've got in production at the minute, which is season 4 of Strange New Worlds, season 5, which they are filming at the minute, which is only got 6 episodes in it, from what I've heard, which is a real. It's like, yeah, thanks, Secret Hideout. But they've also got Star Trek Starfleet Academy seasons 1 and 2 already filmed, produced, and season 1 should be airing on our screens next year, I think it is. However, because of the sheer cost and the amount of debt Paramount have, Star Trek itself, the TV side, costs around about $10 million per episode to produce. So they're looking at scaling that back. And because of the contracts with Secret Hideout, all Star Trek IP that's had Secret Hideout involved with, so that is Discovery, Lower Decks, Prodigy, Strange New Worlds, and Picard, there's got to be some sort of deal done to allow Skydance to even still show that, because that's owned by Secret Hideout and Alex Kurtzman, which throws into doubt what they can do in this game in regards to those 5 particular Star Trek. Yes, we haven't got Prodigy. I don't think we're actually ever going to see that come in. I'm hoping I could be wrong. But the other 4 we've got in this game. Now, this game is originally centered around the J.J. Abrams films that Secret Hideout have nothing to do with. Skydance have to do with Into Darkness and Beyond, but not the first one. That was it's all under Bad Robot, those 3 films. So I don't know what deal's going to be sorted out there. But from what I've heard, the only thing Skydance will be looking to do over at least the next 5 years after 2027 is at least 2 cinematic films. Not straight to TV, not straight to Paramount Plus, cinematics. Whether that is is another story. So the idea of DS9 being redone in the Strange New Worlds way, yeah, don't. Strange New Worlds already has trodden on canon and changed aspects of canon, like Khan. Khan was originally a 1996 one for the eugenics war, but according to Strange New Worlds, he was in the 2050s. Great, as a kid. So, yeah, but what's really going to happen in regards to Star Trek? Don't expect any TV after Strange New World Season 5 and Academy Season 2. Don't expect any more. If Skydance want to add any more to Season 5 other than the 6 episodes, I don't know what they can do about that, about bringing it in line with a 10 episode season. I don't think they will, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But at the minute, we've got Season 3 of Strange New Worlds coming out on the 17th of July with a double episode. And then you got 8 more weeks. And then Season 4 will be coming out next year. And then, like I said, they're filming Season 5 right now. So, should be interesting to see what's coming on. But I'm kind of concerned about what they're going to do about in regards to this game, in regards to the characters we have in the game. Now, all the other IP Star Trek has, that Paramount has, like Next Generation, that's all ordered, that's all owned by Paramount, so that will be taken over by Skydance. And that's safe, as far as I'm aware. So, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. And Section 31, yes, that should have been a cinematic film. But the dillied and dallied, flipped and flopped so much. That was a rushed script. Did not do Michelle Yeoh any justice whatsoever. It was rushed. It was a disaster from minute one. Now, I have taken the opportunity to watch the film. It's not too bad. It's not the best. But seriously, a laughing Vulcan? Really? But there's no sense about what time frame that it's supposed to be in. Now, yes, it's got Rachel Garrett in it, but it's also got one of these aliens which is half black, half white. Anyone who knows canon knows full well they was wiped out. They wiped each other out because one side was black, the other side white, and for the other half of the species, it was the opposite way around. They wiped themselves out. The last 2 survivors boarded the Enterprise, caused Kirk's Enterprise, caused havoc on the Enterprise. He delivered them back to the planet. They ran off the Enterprise, off their own free will, to kill each other. And the Enterprise left them to it. So there's no more of those species left. But yet Section 31 puts it in during a time of a Lieutenant Garrett. But yet Captain Garrett's in 2344. She's around about her 50s. We would say, based on yesterday's Enterprise. She'd have been around her 50s. So at most, she would have been born around the time of Camp Kiddemer, the incident on Praxis. Should have been born around about there. Which is 20 30 years later, after these black and white people wiped themselves out. It makes Section 31 itself makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Adding that race in and Rachel Garrett in the same season, in the same film, it makes no sense. And like I say, a laughing Vulcan because of a little microscope. What do they do? Dig out old sci-fi, Men in Black 1. Oh, look at that! An alien inside a human. Yeah, let's do that. Really? I mean, it's plausible in Star Trek. Like, let's not mince words. It's plausible, but come on, a laughing Vulcan who's got an identity crisis. Yeah, it is an enjoyable film if you can get past all the inaccuracies, but so right, just going back through some of the chats then. So dive in on how loud you really want the Defiant to get, because if the Defiant was done in the new Trek, would have to be 300-meter by 200-meter wide and 15 deck height. No. Right. If you're going on the lines of like the J.J. Barnes films, the Constitution class starship was a hell of a lot bigger due to the technology in it. That was part of the problem. It was the technology. It was more advanced than the Prime timeline. But as with the Prime timeline, that technology shrank the better and more efficient it got. So basically, what the warp core you saw in Star Trek Into Darkness, of how big that warp core was, and bear in mind that was just like ridiculous. The size of that particular warp core would have shrunk massively, so which means they wouldn't have needed such a massive starship around that thing. So the Defiant could still possibly be the same size as it is in Prime timeline. So do you really want them to redo DS9 ships? So realistically, no. I don't want them to go down that line. If they're going to go back to the Prime timeline, they pick it up where it was left off, which was Voyager returning home. If you don't want to cover that period between that and Star Trek Picard, then you carry on with Legacy with the Enterprise G. You completely miss out the Enterprise F. And why the Enterprise E was lost under Worf. So... But you've got this massive missing section between the Undiscovered Country and the beginning of the Next Generation. You know, a couple of incidences like the Battle of Narendra 3, Picard getting stabbed by a Nausicaan. They're about the two main incidences. We don't actually know what happened to the Enterprise B. In beta canon, it was the crew was killed by a mysterious plague. Well, what happened to the ship then? We don't know. So unless beta canon has explored that and I've not seen and I've not listened to that bit. It was like an armored beetle against any ships. That's why the game disappoints me with with the Defiant. Yeah. Short answer, the Century in 2027. Oh, the contract ends in 2027. Yes, it does. Long answer, much closer, 27 to late 25 or 26. Okay. Section 31. Yeah, okay. I've already covered that one. Possible case for all Kelvin in Star Trek Fleet Command. Light need all to replace with the 79 and 80 ships of the movies. Yeah, but the one thing is the Kelvin timeline. That's what this game is based on. That's under Bad Robot. Yes, it's still Paramount. Yes, it's under Skydance, but Bad Robot also own IP over it. So we can get away. So we can get away with keeping that one. The mission I want to see for Section 31 movie was the mission that should have ended Mark Jameson's career. Mark James, you really want to bring him in it? Into Section 31? Nah. I'm trying to think of how to put it for him. His ego to get one over on his arch nemesis by taking an experimental youth drug. Chris, you just got me singing that in my head. You just got me singing that. Yeah, Matt Jameson. That was just pure selfish behavior, and that's not something I want to see. Starfleet Wood kept cramming more and more science, engineering, cargo based system. Dustin, I'm trying to work out where you're going with that one. Dustin, what's your nationality? Because I can see you're writing in English and you're doing what you can, and you're Canadian. Okay. Canadian English, yeah. So I'm just looking at some of the things you've put, because it's like some of the spellings are a little bit off. I'm pretty good at usually interpreting what people are trying to say. But that last one about Starfleet would keep cramming in more and more science, engineering, cargo bays system. It's that last little bit, the system, that that confuses me. Ah, right, okay. Ah, you're typing on a cell phone, right? I get you now, right? Yeah. I have that problem sometimes as well, right? So now I know I can try and adjust my brain to translate some of what you're saying. Yeah, so they'll be putting more and more science and engineering and cargo base inside the ships. That's what you're trying to say to me, isn't it? And to be honest, you could get away with it. You could get away with it. So, but right, I'm already over what I should be doing, but trying to think. Right, anything else? I don't think we can see anything in terms of the day. Yeah, in terms of the dailies just yet. But we do have some new missions. So we've got the hall, recruitment hall as they call it, or the academy as we used to know it, and then journey into the unknown. Persuade Starfleet to abandon a manned mission into the void. Oh, okay. And that's a 10-day speed up as well. Right, so daily goals then. Let's get these claimed. Oh, my phone's on 10%, so I definitely need to... Oh, look at that. Reward's already gone up to Sigma. Oh. Oh, look, A up. A up. They've already added. Oh, quick. Right, so we'll make this the last part then, and we'll have a quick look at this then. So, going at the bottom of there, so Hazard Hunter and Hazard Harbinger is basically killing hostiles, and you're going to get the hazard particles out of this. Yeah. Yeah, it's 10 past mid. It's 12 minutes past midnight here in the UK. So, but here we go. You got hostile harbinger here. 50 points by killing hostiles. 1 point per kill for level 61. 2 points for each above 61. Oh, that's nice. That's an interesting one. A little explanation there. Some Sigma speed ups and some parts. So you got common parts there, some more speed ups. Mining is going to get you some Sigma resources and some survey parts. So what is it? Mine any materials or Sigma resources or broken ship parts. I didn't know you could mine them. I thought you farm them. Oh yeah, definitely love it. Definitely a late night. Hazard mining, mining materials. Here we go. So faction one's now going into reputation. Now I've got to mine G6 materials. Oh my god, it's literally full on reset everything for me. Literally did it right now so I don't have to wait till tomorrow. I'm not going to have got anything in that one. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I need the hazard protection. So I need to be doing... So what I need to do then, before I go fully into G6 space, is I need to work out where I can go to mine. So, let's have a look. So we'll have a look at this system and we'll make this the last move because I do need to be getting some sleep. But what I will do... Don't know why I just done that. I know what I need to do. Yeah, I know what I need to do. Sleep is for the weak. Oh, I don't mind admitting I'm weak. I really like my sleep, but unfortunately I just don't get enough of it. I'm glad though my son's now settled and he actually sleeps through the night a lot more than he used to. A lot more. There's no risk of him getting up at like 11, 12 o'clock. It's usually about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning he gets up. So, right. So what's in this system? You're watching Picard. I would, but I can't get Paramount to actually play properly. Keeps crashing on me. So we've got a mission in here. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, speed ups and ordinary 3-day speed up. So we'll what we'll do is I will go around and claiming these missions at some point, but yeah, right. I know I keep saying I'm going to sign off with this, I'm going to sign off with that. So what I thought I just said locate, not. Thank you. I mean, Enterprise is still wiping the floor with these things. So, right, so 10 seconds, we're going to see if we can catch the experience level of the target is going after, which is a level 60 interceptor. And the reputation on that one, 6 second log is... just says level it up. So we're obviously getting quite a bit. So what best way around this one is just do that. So whatever it's going after right now. Here we go. Let's have a look. Leveling up. So either way, we're getting enough reputation to really level up the ship right now. Oh, it was a level 62 as well. Right. So, right. Let's pull it back. Let's pull her back in. See where she got to. Barely any damage. Let's get him back as well. And I think I'll sit here overnight. Right, so what level did we get her up to in just that? So we're up to level 6. Right. I'll deal with them tomorrow. But here we go. So let's get some of these done. Here we go. 14. Ooh. $22. So going up nicely. Latinum's coming down nicely as well. Oh yeah, I can always do that. Oh, just stopped at level 39. That's not bad. And now we're at 2.2 billion. So what officer slots have we got available now? First 4 slots. And still got 3 slots left to go. So what's that one going to be set up? Oh no! She's at 40. $45 and then 55. Literally. I cannot believe that. I really cannot believe that. But anyway, so that's it. The Enterprise D that up to tier 12. Into G6. Some of the changes in G6. Quite interesting. Should be interesting to go through. Obviously, it's still going to be the same old grinding and everything. But the fact I've got ships that can now do the speed and, well, do the distance. Yeah. But anyway, thank you everyone for joining me. It's been a pleasure catching up with you all and having a good old chat. So, All that's for me to now say is have a safe day, evening, night. I best off get going. Take care, guys. I'm Admiral Pegasus. Stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on the next video. Goodbye.